Hi guys, back again, and now the issue is about the USD. But before I get into the deep dive of understanding on USD, I would just do a cross check that the issue that I have to be resolved is the INR has to be counted an extra 526.36, which I jotted down here, and it should have given me 1052.72 on the chart of the graph on March. So just to remind that this payment which was earlier was on March, and the video that I'm recording now is also done on March only. So this has to be calculated both, and it should have displayed 5052.72 of a March month, but it's not counting, and I do believe it has just taken my first or early or previous payment for the first time, and later when I just calculate an extra payment, it's not taking. But the total earning is perfect. You can see here the total earning that I got to be getting is this much, so it's okay, fine. So please, wplms team, I request that this has to be charted down properly. So to do the list, I made a page that which I will be pasting it. So these are my requirements, like to do the list, instructor dashboard commission chart, which in this case I am pointing this one, the dashboard of instructor commission chart, and here is not calculating properly payment chart, which is INR and USD. So currently the second issue is I'm just telling that the payment is to be checked with USD, which is Ajay Kumar. So I'm going to go and check USD payments. So for this I'm going to log into student account. There is Praveen K, which is already logged in, and this guy has made an INR payment. Now let's log in with Ajay and try USD payment. So I'm just going to log out with the student account of Praveen K. So it's being logged out right now, and I'm going to log in with the Ajay Kumar account. So if you can see here, I'm just trying to log in again. Okay, and this is going to be Ajay's account. So let's log in. So once I successfully logged in, you can see this is a student name called Ajay Kumar, and if I go and check his course, this guy has not having any course right now. So I'm going to go and purchase with Ajay's account. Okay, so before we go and have a look of this course, this is currently $15. I'm going to go and log in with his account, and when I do see, I'm just interested to take this course through Ajay, which is $15. And going forward with the cash payment with checkout through $15 with including GST. So now that I'm going to log in with Ajay's account, and I'm going to go with $15, which is 15. So half of the $15 should be 7.5. So let me just jot it down here. So this is February, but currently the video is made on March, so March should be 7.5. so I'm just counting this as 7.5 here. So let's go for the previous total. Total is something like 15, which I mean this one. This is, if you look forward, this guy is doing a USD payment. So let's go back to USD. In USD we had a February payment, right? But this video is done on March, so let's go for March. I would be expecting a new graph with March, which should be counting something around 7.5, and it should be giving me a total of 15 plus 7.5. So this should be 15 plus 7.5. So I'm just pointing it here, 7.5, which should be a total earning should be 22.5. So let's go and make a head of payment. So let's go and check it, how this procedure will work. So I'm just trying to go with PayPal, which is $15 with GST around 17.70. So I'm just trying to make a payment through PayPal, and this is going to redirect to my PayPal account. So let's wait. So once I'm getting into PayPal account, I'm trying to log in with my PayPal accounts. So let's go and make a payment. So as this is a sandbox test, I'm just going to go with test mode. So this is my test mode account. Okay, once I logged in, so this is trying to probably make a payment, and this payment is yet to be initiating its process, and logged in successfully, I hope. So I should wait for some time. Yeah, so this is a 17.70 USD that I'm trying to make a payment, and which is currently an INR of charges of something like this. So let's make a pay through. So when I pay now, so you are paid. So this is giving perfect, and it's just giving me some receipt of information. That's okay, fine. Let's make a return to merchant. So once I get back to the merchant account or my login account, so this is something I've gotten information, okay, and it's just waiting for admin approval. So for this I didn't manually given a permission, so let's go to admin account. Okay, now once I go to admin account, I'll go to my WooCommerce, and I'll go to the orders, and we'll see whether this payment is really paid through PayPal or not. So in the order list, I do see there is an on hold, so I'm going to activate this account. So currently we have $15, and I'll just give Ajay Kumar with this permission completed. So once it got completed, which was on hold till now, and make sure this is my admin account, okay? So, and if I check back this Ajay Kumar payment, it is giving commission of 7.5 to the instructor. So let's get back to instructor account, not instructor. Let's go and go to Ajay's courses. Right now the administrator person has given an approval, so he should be having the course, and which is, I said, yeah, he's having the course. Now let's go to instructor profile, and this was his base value, which I already recorded. You can see here, this is a base value, so it should be adding another $7.5 here. So let's go and cross verify. So I'm going to refresh here to the instructor account, and when I refresh, it's not adding so as I expected. So this is giving here 7.5, but I'm not sure why is it not adding here. So please, wplms team, you have to check about this issue, which is the base value is not counting it 7.5. So next thing is, when I go to INR, I have to shift to USD. So when I shift to USD, I do see there is a March payment which is earning 7.5. Okay, so I think yesterday I had a payout of 7.5, so that's not a big question, but March we have 7.5, and this is 22.5 overall that this guy is having. So when I go and cross verify, yeah, that's working fine. March chart is created, but further not to discuss this again and again, this is the first time I made my payment on 7.5. This was also the first payment I made earlier, right, March, but it's not added today. Maybe I'm little bit worried about, because see, time is all about the importance. I don't want to make another payment to cross verify, but I do believe, is it going to work or not? Please have a look on it, because if I make a second payment of 7.5, is it making $15 or not is quietly important for all of this situation. So this is currently working a bit of total earning chart, but when I go to the base of this, it should have been changed, but it's not changing. And I'm a bit worried about one more thing. You guys are showing only dollar. How about the INR, which should be quite appropriate? Okay, so let's have a to-do list. The second point I have to concentrate is, I'm going to copy this line and put it here, and I will say this as base currency, better have both. INR and USD. So by the end of this video, I'm going to post this in a forum. So it's just a bit line, but you should have got the clear idea about while I'm doing the video on it. Okay, so these are two things that I have checking of the problem. The next thing is, while I do this, I want to continue on a second video because this is time collapsed. We have already done 10 minutes of video. So we have checked INR payment, we have checked USD, and I have clearly elaborated the problems. But please do check my third video also, which explains the payout settings, because I need to go with the payouts also. See, if I go with this, I have a problem with the base value which is not calculating, and I am little bit tensed something about the March. So the reason I have been really concentrating on March is, see, when I go to USD, okay, March chart is generated, but the headache that I am not understanding is, if I pay the same as India, will it count another 7.5 or not? Please have a look of it, and this is okay, fine. And the third video I'm making and explaining about is something I have to look forward for instructor commission, which is not at all showing any kind of payouts, which this widget has to do its job. So I would like you please refer the third video and check thoroughly of the situations that we have a problem with the payouts. See, wplms, you have to understand, if the payouts of the instructors are not elaborated properly, how do you think my instructors, when I have to pay him and he's getting only March 526, why? Because he should have got another 526, which is very quite important, and my instructors will never be able to understand what kind of chart is going on, and it kind of spamming or something I'm doing is very inappropriate, because I'm genuinely doing this project to my instructors, and I've got currently more than 70 instructors ready for this job. So I request you to do as early as possible, and please watch my third video which explains the further issues through my payout settings. Thank you, and I'll see you on a third video.